Hello, hello. Okay, well, hello. There we go. Let me just make sure that my mic is good. Looks like we're getting good levels on the audio. Everything is looking decent except for the lobby right now. We're just waiting for that to get going. But hello, everyone. I'm Crash McQueen. We're the Midwest F1 League. Hope you're all enjoying your Thursday and hope we can make it a little bit better as per usual. And as per usual, we are back with Division 1 action this week in Imola. If you can see the title there, Is Imola better than Monza? That's a good question, honestly. That is a really good question. I come up with some really good questions. Like, is Hulkenberg a better driver than Kubica? A lot of people will say yes. But you can put in a strong argument for Kubica. Kubica. 100% on both. Yeah, so, I mean, it's these are very good questions. And you know what? I'm not the person to answer them, but I am a person that can give my opinion. And I say, yes, Kubica is better than Hulkenberg, and yes, Imola is better than Monza. Just kidding, Monza is fun. I'd take Monza over Imola any day. But, anywho, without getting too distracted here, this is race week 10, F Monza, yeah. Just because you suck at it doesn't mean you hate it. You can hate it. Just because you suck it. No, I'm not going to finish that. Oh my god, the lobby. Glitch. Come on. But yes, it looks like everyone's waiting on me. That's always fun. I'm the one with the lobby issues here. And while everyone waits on me, and I'm joining the lobby if anyone is in chat, so just know that I am joining the lobby. It's just not going that quick. Proof. inputting. Okay, there's the Season 1 schedule. And last week we saw in Portimao. No, that's not fully updated. I swear to God I did it. Div 1 shed. Aha, there you go. I need to restart the game. Okay, there we go. But yes, last week we saw in Barcelona, Catalonia, Mystic Joker with a return to the podium after being out of it since Baku in this 4-podium streak. Back on the top step with Texas Beach and Jinnit to win it, coming in second and third. And bringing up the full race results. Oh my God, it is full glitching. I did switch it. I swear to God I was prepared. Come on, please join. There we go, full race results. Now I'm nervous that these points aren't updated. And they're not. I did do it. I swear. I did do it. Stay with me. It only takes a second. Okay, there you go. But those are your last week's results in Spain. Or Barcelona, if you will. There we go. As well as your Drivers' Championship for Division 1. Scavney holds the lead right now. Let me just make sure this is proper. Yes, it is. Okay, Scavney holds the lead. Did not have a good week last week, as you saw it there, finishing 15th, I think it was. Helg, I am in the lobby, but I'm sure you know that by now. Ryan Rod sitting second, Hash third, and Possible fourth. Mystic back into the top 5 with Jacko, Cake, Smith, Yole, and Detail rounding out the top 10. Helg, Texas Beach, and Super Ninas right now sitting in the relegation zone, and I will start bringing out those relegation danger zones for everyone to see. But as well for everyone to see, we have the Constructor Championship, and be very warned, it is freaking tight. 1 through 7 separated by 108 points. Now it is 100 points for the win, so just keep that in mind. So just the Constructor Championship, I don't think it's ever been this tight. This is mind-boggling how close this is right now. So that is something that we really need to keep our eye on for the rest of this season. But a couple weeks ago, you probably did see me in Division 2, and last week I was not. I was in the Division 1 boys, and the Division 2 results saw us with GSR Edgar and Tiger NASCAR and Mitch Burns on the podium. Edgar with the win. Very strong race from him. And, well, I mean, it must have been for him to finish number 1. So, Crash's obvious statement of the night has already been used. So, any statement from this further on, it's just me being stupid. We all get one. That is a given. But a second one, you just got to work on it. But anyhow, on to the Drivers' Championship. Mitch Burns right now leads the way. GSR Edwin in second. Tiger NASCAR third. Light Work and J-Cast round out the top 5. I need to not always say round out the top 5. I feel like that's a very used statement nowadays. But whatever. We venture forward. Shelly the Turtle, Kitten Petter, and Niru Nix in the relegation zone. And I will be getting out those red markers next week for everyone to see. Division 2 Constructors Championship. Not as close as Division 1. A little bit more separation. McLaren holding a 62-point gap. That's pretty quick math. AlphaTauri is 17 points back over the Williams. Mercedes 7 points back of AlphaTauri. Then there's a little bit of a gap from that point on. Alpine 80 points back, and Ferrari over 100 points back. So a little bit more of a gap in Division 2. So keep that in mind. But who is driving here tonight in Division 1? Why, that is, of course, these fine folks up on your screen here. Leading the way that you did see before is Scavney in the Merc. Helg on the opposite end of the championship, needing to try and find a little bit of form. But while we quickly have you before these drivers start their full hot lap here, I will bring up the Division 3 roster. Now, why are you bringing up the Division 3 roster there, Crash? Well, I'm going to be going and viewing them next week, Butt of Chaos. So join in next week as I'll be going down into Division 4 and checking out, or Division 3, checking out those crazy drivers down there. So if you enjoy all that is the Midwest F1 League, then be sure to tune in next week as Division 3 will be getting its spotlight up on the Twitch channel. But without further ado, we will say hi once more to me. Check out the Imola map for you fine folks, as well as say hello to myself back on the camera. So hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying your Thursday, and I'm sorry for making it worse by being up on your screen right now. But Imola is a fun one. Next week is Singapore, so we got a couple really good tracks back to back here. I'll bring up the Singapore map for everyone to take a quick peek before we get into qualifying, as it's just getting underway. Wants to make sure that myself isn't in the screen too much, and we're going to put myself back up there. There you go, Singapore, the track map right there for everyone to see and witness and to get excited for next week. So that's where we'll be with Division 3. And yeah, like I said, without further ado, into quali. So we're already on a hot lap here. Had a lot to go through before we got into it all, but Mother Ellie with the subscribe, thank you very much. And with the hearts to Mystic, I never get hearts. We'll talk about that later. Yolmir, I believe he's on the first one to set a timed lap. Or is it Murph? It might be Murph and Sally ahead of him there. And it is, but Murph and Sally is invalidated. So we will go up to Yolmir, who is having himself a fine season this season. Vegged out into my racing viewing position. We see Yolmir come over the line in first place, setting an absolutely brilliant lap, putting himself up onto the top step of qualifying as it stands right now. But we'll see if that holds on, as we do have the man himself, Jinnit, to win it on the mediums, be that it may, going into the 121s, just missing the top step by about a half hour, if you will. Helg to come over on a hot lap. Sui beats out Mystic. Ryan Rods takes fastest lap on mediums. That looks like it's Smith Pell coming into the pit. Mystic Joker, where's he going to set his banker? And he'll be up at the top spot there. Just actually getting beaten out there by text-to-speech Hash going third. One of the Haas, that being Will Ann's, going fifth. Impossible Bacon, the second one to come over here. Looking like he's going to go seventh. So, you know, they say you can yawn, not just from your tiredness, but it's actually a lack of oxygen. Sometimes I find myself yawning a lot when I'm doing broadcasting. Not because I'm bored or tired, well, I am sometimes tired, but because I'm just not I'm not breathing enough. I'm just talking too much, and I don't take deep enough breaths, and I feel somewhat self-conscious taking breaths right in front of the mic. But there we go. We see Cake Thomas and Hell going 3rd and 10th. A couple drivers into the pit. Full 20 driver grid, no substitutes from what I can see. So you're getting the full pull here tonight. I believe that's Dace invalidated. Murphy looking like he's going to come over for his first attempt. And while he does, we'll jump on board and we'll go through the entire track here. And we take a little bit of a swerve, and you can remember some George Russell fans, him getting into a bow tie there. Then we throw a fun little chicane there into the left-hander of turn 4 to straighten us back out into a very fun and quick chicane of 5 and 6. And Murph really lays off the gas there, wanting to take it easy, doesn't want to invalidate. I'm feeling like maybe he did that the first lap, just wants to get one over the line. But now we come around, up the hill, into turn 9, the quick left-hander, extending that line nicely. Back down the hill into 11 and 12. This is where you can lose it here, up on this little turn into 13. Does a good job, does Murph. Going down into the final chicane. And you can attack that curb, but you don't want to get too crazy on it. As you can see, Murphy nearly losing it there. No subs in D2 either, you believe. Oh, that's lovely. And we come on our way down into the final couple left-handers. Impossible Bacon gets out of the way of Murph. Doing a pretty good job of there. It's a tough spot to maneuver out. And Murph and Sally will come over the line, keeping tight to the wall in a very well done 4th place. So not too bad. And he did lose some time there, we have to remember, in through 5 and 6. I believe that's Jacko coming over the line. He's going to go 7th. And his teammate Yolmir into the pit. Jin goes very long on the mediums before he switches over to the softs there. Two McLarens still yet to set a time. Matt Rosie with a 49.997 in sector 2. Oh, couldn't quite catch his teammate there, Smith Pell. Ryan Rods is in between the two McLarens. And he's going to go for his second hot lap attempt. And Matt Rosie goes 2nd. Smith Pell, teammate, going 7th. So right now, Ryan Rods and Bacon both on mediums, but don't look like they're going to make the top 10. So they'll probably be switching over to the softs there pretty quick, and I imagine Jin to win is as well. Now we've got a Haas there that is most likely Will. We'll jump on board with Ryan Rods and see if we can pick someone out in the field that may be closer to the end of their lap. But it doesn't look like it. Murphy is going to come into the pit, so yes, we're on board with Ryan Rods here. And I got to remember, Matt Rosie 49.997 was his fastest, or was his sector 2 times. He was able to edge out Mystic Joker. See how much Mystic has left in the tank. 49.911, so very tight between those two drivers, but Ryan Rods has the better of Matt Rosie right now. But does he have enough to take top spot away from Texas Speech? He will have one more go at this. He is kind of coming out a little early for his second attempt, but this is his first on the softs, extending those lines very, very well, keeping it very tight. And will he take top spot? No, he actually loses time to Matt Rosie in sector 3 and goes 3rd, just up ahead of Mystic Joker though. Dace just catching him coming over the line there with 115.518. Scavney, or is that Will? Will's next to come over, and then Scavney needs to follow nice and tight. The wall is Will, very tight, and gets him only up into 11th. Scavney here doing another nice job, and not known for his qualifying as Scavney, but he will jump up into 5th. Is that Sui? No, it's not. And then Yolmir on 3-lap old soft. Okay, so Sui's about to start. Oh no, Sui's finishing. We jump aboard on him. He is way up on his time, and he goes 11th. Not too bad. Qualifying from Sui, man, who's well known for his race pace. So Jin is still going on these mediums. Very, very interesting. And Yomir, no. Looks like a detail. And we got a Red Bull. Red Bull Texas Speech. Into the pit, a Ferrari of Hash. Going 8th, Red Bull of Cake. Going 2nd. Ryan Rod's into the pit. Helg going 15th. Scavney, where's Mystic? Coming around the final turn is Mystic. Doesn't extend that line as much as Ryan Rod's did, but he does keep it to the wall and goes to 114.705. Not enough. So he's going to come into the pit. Impossible going out for another hot lap. Detail going for his first time and captures Sector 2 splits. The Texas Speech holding on to the lead as it stands right now. The fastest lap of the whole session. Puts it up in his first attempt and hasn't felt the pressure of needing to go again. Cake Thomas with a really well done fastest lap. Also, Detail can't quite find the pace. Jin needs to get off those mediums. He's only going to have one honest attempt at a hot lap here. Helg's going to come into the pits for some fresh softs and another go. At the can, if you will. Now Rosie starts a hot lap. Hash is into the pit. Cake into the pit. Jacko goes up into 10th. And Impossible Bacon. Impossible's actually in the pit there. Wasn't too content. I know Matt Rose is on a hot lap, so we'll get on board with the Creed's Canadian here. And he's actually way off his time, so he's probably chalked it. Sui is retiring in the pit in 13th place. Dace just behind Matt Rosie. Both are technically on out laps. Matt Rosie is not pushing it at all. I think Matt Rosie understands this is his last go for pole here. Ryan Rods as well, not too far off the pace, only 2/10 of a second, away from Texas Speech. Scavney, about 5/10, a half a second entirely. But here we go. Matt Rosie's going to kick it again. Jacko's going to come into the pit. Scavney's on an out. Murph's on an out. Ninas on an out. So really it's Matt Rosie and Dace. Very tight to his first attempt. What about Dace? Dace is actually up. Get Matt Rosie's sector splits here. It's going to be close between these two guys. Who's going to hit the line first? So Scavney is slower. Matt Rosie is way quicker. Dace far quicker as well. So right now Matt Rosie's looking like he's going to improve. Matt Rosie goes pole. Scavney has lost major time. Dace over the line up into 6th. And Matt Rosie goes into the low 114s. First driver to do so today. Scavney is going to fills up his boost, and he's going to come back at it. Jin is exiting the pit now. Is that Will? No, that's impossible. Smith Pell to follow. That's green. Yes, that'll be Ryan Rods. Nina? No. Detail. Ferrari of Murph. Okay. Ferrari of Murph is up on his time right now. Taking the cleanest of line through the final couple of turns there, over the line, and just barely improves, and actually overtakes his teammate. So Red Bull. Ninas. Invalid. Danger. JC Blackley on his first time out. Will Ans looks like he's going to be the next person to not set a time here, as he's given up on this lap. And this track is full of cars right now. And is that Matt Rosie spun out or just pulled off? He's pulled off and is allowing everyone to go through, but he needs to be very careful not to get disqualified. Cake Thomas takes his time, or he actually crashed out. He may have actually fully crashed out here. Hash starts a hot lap. Here's Ryan Rods. Ryan Rods goes third, not quite enough. Smith Pell's going to have another go. Text to speech. He's coming around the final couple of turns here. Rosie into the pit. Text to speech cannot take pole away. 2 thousandths of a second separate the two drivers. Who's that? Detail? No, that is Ninas. He is not invalid. This will be his only true lap, and he's going to go 18th. Hash is done. Will Ans. With the Williams to follow under Yolmir. It is not Yolmir, it is Jacko. Mystic Joker to come into the pit. Yolmir up into 6th. Ryan Rods, no, it is Jin. Is invalid, so Jin's going to be starting 19th. Where can Hash jump to? 8th. Impossible into the pit. Scavney done as well. Detail Finito. Smith and Ryan Rods. Smith goes 13th. Ryan Rods into the pit. Texas speech done. JC Blackley with his one and only attempt will go 19th, just ahead of Jin. Jin, the only man to set on the mediums, not leave himself enough time, but I am not in the driver's seat, so I cannot say anything. But that will bring qualifying to an end.
By the way, that is...
And here we go with the final order. We see Matt Rosie up on the top step, Texas speech alongside him. Ryan Rods in a 3rd with Mystic Joker starting in 4th. Cake Thomas 5th with Yolmir 6th. Dave 7th. Hash 8th. Impossible and Will Ans, the 2 hosses, finishing off the top 10. Scavney and Elma Jacko in 11th and 12th. Smith Pell and Murph and Sally, the 2 Canadians, wanting to be alongside each other. Helg and Sui 15th, Helg 16th. Detail with his teammates Super Nina 17th and 18th. And JC Blackley and a surprise 20th for Jinnit to win it. Come on, you stupid. Oh. Come on, come on, come on. Go back, go back, go back. Ah, oh, butt of cows. We'll quickly go back to the track cam. I guess I'll lean up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions in chat, anything about the future or the past or the present of Midwest F1 League, I am yours truly to ask. The camera's in kind of a stupid position here. 1 second. Dust is better. Dust is better. But yes, Imola is a fun one. Is it better than Monza? Pork says so. I say, yeah. Monza just got so much history. It's fun. It's fast. It's just, it's riveting, if you will. And I think I will. But yeah, Imola, a great track, though. I'm not going to take anything away from it. I just think Monza's fun. But hey, enough with Monza. We're here at Imola. Imola's a bombing track, and it's going to provide some awesome entertainment here. It's got some very quick turns and some fun little battle areas. And the quality of drivers that we have here, I know we're going to see some fun stuff. So like I said, any questions, any comments, any concerns, any curiosity that piques you, by sure, just ask me. I'm a person, and a person that's more than willing to answer anything that comes into chat. So without further ado, we are about to get into the formation lap and get right underway with our first race in double digits here in season 5, the race 10 of 16. So we are over halfway there, and we're getting ever so much closer. And I thank everyone for tuning in every Thursday and stopping by on the YouTube channel. If you do just peek there, then hello and thank you as well. If you just skip through my voice, I understand. That's okay. I understand you're just here for the racing, and you know what? Nothing against you, but I mean, I'm not the worst person in the world, and maybe you think I am, and then it is what it is. But anywho, enough of my ranting and you know what? Do I need a beer? Oh, I'm gonna get a beer. That is a good question, Mother Ellie, and I'm sorry to say that you just missed the boat. The merch store is a pop-up shop. Actually, I do remember them saying that they were having something up full-time. Let me work on a link to send you here. 1 second. Oh, that is a good beer. That was a beautiful decision by myself. Un cerveza por favor, and just had to show that off for a second here. Okay. Okay, that link in a second here. Let me just get through the race start. Imola is to come. Matt Rosie leads us. Texas Speech second. Mystic in fourth. What can he do here entering turn 2? And we don't have the best of views. Matt Rosie holds it. Mystic Joker's all the way up into second place. Ryan Rods and Texas Speech, with Ryan Rods going down the inside line. Texas Speech having to defend around the outside. We have a little chaos, and Impossible Bacon looks like he is in the thick of it there, with Mystic Joker jumping all the way up into second place. Ryan Rod's taking a poor line, and he is actually off. Texas Speech goes through. Now Cake Thomas trying to get past Ryan Rods, but cannot quite. And oh no, Hash is gone. Crashes into the wall. Not what you want to see. All the way back down into 19th. Impossible Bacon as well overtaking him. Helg and Super Ninas. Helg actually starting on the hards. The only driver to do so. So a very bold strategy from him there. But Matt Rosie and Mystic Joker. I want the hoodie with his gamer tag and stops. Ah, okay. But Dace trying to follow Scavney and Mercancelli up here. JC Blackley gets the overtake on Helg as Helg is struggling on those hards. Matt Rosie half a second up on Mystic Joker. Mystic Joker is staying within striking distance. And Ryan Rods is slowly falling off the pace of those two guys right ahead. Smith Pell into the pit. Hash comes into the pit as well. We're on board with Helg here as he follows JC Blackley to the very first chicane. Oh, and gets into the wall. No, went up on the curb a little bit too much. And unfortunately, that is his race early on here. And that just makes things a little tougher on Helg. And that just brings out a VSC right now. Not a full safety car, just a VSC. And the VSC should be ending pretty quick here. Just waiting for this VSC to come in. Let me try and get that link up for you. There, Mother Ellie. And oh, ouch, drive-through penalty. And that really hurts. Dace right in behind Scavney, and those hards to start the race are just so difficult. They're just so cold, and you're dealing with so many drivers around you. It's tough to battle as well as to keep pace, and as well as to get them warm, because they do take a little longer than all the other tires. But Yulmir going deep around the outside, Cake giving him the room, and now Will Ans is trying to slingshot himself back through. But Cake is able to get back ahead of Yulmir and holds back onto 5th place. Crashing the fastest lap on mediums. The front pack still very close. Mystic Joker was able to get Matt Rosie, and he's up into the lead now. Now Matt's really got to try and keep pace with Mystic. Mystic had a really good race start here, and is now trying to break away. Setting the fastest lap. Ryan Rods is going to have to take his drive-through penalty. The VSC has kind of changed things a little bit here, but not too much. And Yomir's gone as well. Oh my goodness. So 2 drivers gone in the first 5 laps. No safety car will be deployed for this one. They were able to get him cleaned up in time. And Dace with a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Sue Wee. And there's a virtual safety car now. And that sees some drivers take the opportunity to come in for their first pit stop of the race. And we are back after the virtual safety car. And Texas Speech goes through on Matt Rosie. Matt doesn't seem like he wants to fight him all too much. Maybe understanding that the more they fight, the better it is for Mystic. But Will Ans is trying to work himself into the top 4. He's right on the back of Cake. Now Will, DRS deployed, shoots himself up into 4th place. And his teammates looking to do the same thing, this time for 7th though. And he gets the job done on Scavney, but Scavney fights him around the outside and does very well. Back up into 8th goes Scavney after a tight battle between those 2 drivers. Jin with the 3-second penalty as he is up in 11th right now. Texas Speech has done a good job of staying tight with Mystic here. We're 7 laps deep, about to get onto our 8th here. This thing has opened up quite a bit already. Matt Rosie now taking the fastest lap. Impossible and Scavney going back at it for 8th and 9th. Impossible looks like he gets his car farther ahead this time around. And Scavney isn't able to send it back through into fence. And Texas Speech actually clears Mystic there. Now Mystic is on the chase. Siwi picking up a 3-second time penalty. We'll switch over to the time penalties here, and Jin, Detail, and Sui all with 3 seconds now. And Mystic's able to get himself back up into the top spot. Matt Rosie still just kind of holding back here, watching these 2 battle. Now, Texas used up a lot more ERS than Mystic has. Cake still following Will Ans and doing a pretty good job of doing so. And oh no, Impossible Bacon now is gone. Into the left wall after turn 13, that is. And that'll bring up a full safety car. 3 DNFs here. A lot of the drivers are putting it right to the limits. And Jacko right now is the only one not to pit. Stays out. Yes, Mother Ellie. Let me try and find that link for you. Now, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news here, Magrelli, but looks like the store is completely done. Now, I thought I heard that they were keeping up some items, but I cannot seem to find it. Yeah, they only come up for about 2 weeks at a time. This is the 3rd time we've done it. So it seems like twice every year. Will do. Do I need to let you know without letting Mystic know, or? Sounds good. Will do. I will be sure to let Mystic know at least next time the store goes live. But it won't be for another couple months, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Mystic really is in a pretty good spot here. Now we have seen some. No worries. We have seen some pace from text-to speech, as well as Matt Rosie. Does look pretty good here. Will Ans in 5th. Ryan Rodds was the other driver that was able to keep pace with them, but he finds himself 12th. And a long way to go before he can get himself back up into that top pack. Jin, only driver to go on the softs. And he always seems to be doing alternate strategies now lately. Fix your mic. What's wrong with it? Am I too... Was I too far away? I was kind of like looking around my room while talking there. Way better now. Okay, so it was me just getting distracted like a lost puppy and looking around my room. But this should be the final lap of the safety car, and we will get back into it. Hopefully we'll have 21 laps of clean driving, knock on wood, for that to happen, as that's what we love to see. Although safety cars are a very vital part of racing, especially in F1, they can change up strategies in a heartbeat. So, whoa, that sounded weird. But yeah, we do like to see a nice, clean race through and through. I was expecting to have a mojito ready. Oh, that's a good point. Maybe another time. I didn't know if I wanted to have a alcoholic beverage tonight, and I had one with dinner, and then I was like, well, that one went down pretty nice, and then I had to go for another one. But Jacko's gonna lead us here. Is just waiting for a good time, and he's running out of tarmac here, and he's gonna go now with 11 lapped old mediums. Mystic Joker is very importantly trying to get an overtake into turn 1. We're on board with text-to-speech here. And is Mystic gonna send it down? No, he's not. He sticks it right in behind Jacko and is now following him through. Tex is providing a lovely little view, but Jacko is ever so much slowing up this front group here. They're not able to break away, and Mystic is forced to go deeper on the outside, and that's going to allow text-to-speech right beside him for a moment. And Mystic is just nipping at every turn, not like a gin it to win it nip. Something far less aggressive and impatient. Want to look at a gin it to win it nipping? Let's get on board with him and see. That is a gin it to win it nipping. Do not feel safe at all, and Ryan Rods actually tries to go down the inside line of his teammate there. And now Mystic brought it pretty close to Jacko for a second there. And now he's going to look to try and get a good run out of turn 19. Into the slipstream he goes. How hard is Jacko going to fight this one? He's going to force Mystic to go all the way around the outside. Mystic does not have the help of DRS, and Jacko is able to hold him off. Murphy Vaselli now very tight onto Ryan Rods, and those two actually spin each other out. And they are both okay, picking themselves up. Yellow flag in sector 1. It's all cleaned up now. Murphy Vaselli's just got to turn himself around and get back into the race. Cake Thomas and Will Ans just ripped past Matt Rosie. I'm not sure what happened to Matt there, but now he's dropping down the order. A guy that was with this this pack up ahead. Mystic maybe getting a little frustrated with Jacko here. Jacko, of course, still has to pit. Maybe just banking on a safety car. Mystic will have the aid of DRS this time around. And he's very tight onto the back of Jacko, and he's going to get the overtake very early. Actually, no, sorry, no DRS quite yet. And text-to-speech is going to try and go through as well. And Jacko can't quite get back to battle this one out. We'll see if these two lead drivers here are going to be able to break off from Jacko. Now Will Ans is starting to close that gap to Jacko as well. Will Ans sitting in right now net 3 for the position total. Jin right in behind Scavney. He tries to move up the order still on the softs. And here we go, Jin alongside Scavney here, and two drivers don't go through this turn, and Jin forces his way through and around the outside and up past Scavney. Text-to-speech and Mystic Joker open up a near 2-second gap to Jacko after one lap. And now Will Ans has got the aid of DRS to bring himself closer to Jacko to try and get up into third spot. Cake Thomas right in behind, looking to try and make it a double Red Bull podium. All these drivers on the mediums should try and go the rest of this race without any pitting. Scavney couldn't quite come back at Jin there. Now Jin is not too far off of this front pack. JC Blackwood loses a spot to Sue Wee. Mystic's got no real problem with Texas. He's kind of leading the way right now. Text is far more exerted his ERS limitation, and Mystic is can just sit in the back and put pressure on Text until the last little bit there. And JC Blackley and Sue Wee battling it out once again. JC Blackley goes back through, and Sue Wee, whoa, that was close. Does a good job of saving that, but he nearly lost it. Sue Wee back into 13th place, but he'll take it after what happened there. Nearly lost the whole bloody thing. And now we have Will Ans right back onto Jacko. Yellow flag. It's Ryan Rods. He's okay. Mystic goes back through on Text. Will goes up ahead of Jacko, and now Will can try and start breaking away from Jacko. Jin nearly goes over through Jacko there. JC Blackley and Smith Pell. Smith Pell going through on JC there. And Detail was wanting to do the same, but couldn't quite get it done. The battle doesn't seem to be quite finished yet. Detail sticking very close to JC Blackley. Hardest charger of the day right now sits with Jin. 15 positions picked up, but he is on the soft, so he's probably going to have to pit once more. So I think it'd go to Super Ninas there with starting 18th and jumping up 9 spots. And has Mystic broken a little bit too far away from Text to get the overtake this time around? Looks so. Jin's going to go through on Jacko. Those two drivers are both going to be pitting at some point, so we've got to keep an eye out on their battle by the end of the race. Cake Thomas actually clears Jacko as well. And now Scavney's trying to close the gap to Jacko. Scavney looking for a better result after a poor performance last week in Spain, and looking to do so here with Jacko and Jin to pit. He's looking at 5th place. Pretty solid stuff there, but he's got to keep this pace up and focus forward. Day's taking fastest lap all the way back down in 16th place. Not the race that he was hoping for here. A man with pace, as many of us know, but an inconsistent driver at times, and maybe one of those days where the inconsistency is on a downturn. But Jin continues to try and work his way through the field. Now, to send the rest of this race on these tires is, I don't know if he can do that, but he gets the 8 of DRS. Now he's going to try and overtake his country mate, Will Ans, and Will is not going to battle it out too much. Sticks his line, and it goes through, does Jin. Hash looks like he cleared Scavney as well. But yeah, if you're joining the Midwest F1 League and you'd like to support the stream, by all means choose follow. Very much appreciate it. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but you just know that there's a lot of people that put in a lot of hard work into the league, and the follows really are thanked for everyone. Seriously, I do thank everyone that does follow. If you don't believe me, follow. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. But as well as our sponsorships, Raise Energy, go exclamation point raise in chat, or exclamation point EPOS in chat, and I'll bring you right up to the stores. EPOS Gaming has some high-ass quality headset and mic. If you don't believe it, then just listen to what I'm talking on right now, and that is the EPOS mic. So by all means, go check it out and go buy some high-quality ass merch. Raise Energy as well. Great energy drink. I do not cap at all when I say it doesn't have zero crash. The time that I have it, I was completely fine. Right after I felt that energy disappear. It was just unbelievable, and I did not feel like I needed like a 4-hour nap after. So go give it a go for yourself and see if I'm capping, but I do not believe I am. But yes, back to the race and back to the action. Mystic Joker does get overtaken by Texas Speech. Texas Speech does jump up into first place once again. Jin 4.3 seconds off the pace, ever so slightly closing that gap. But that is quite the way to go on softs there, Mr. Jin. Are you going to be able to do that? Now, him pitting for softs after the safety car and Jacko staying out for the mediums has resulted in different circumstances. Jacko, of course, being first at one point, now down into 19th, still needs to pit. He's gained 5 positions, but he'll surely lose all those after he comes into the pit. Will probably put on some softs to ride this bad boy out to the end. Jin does have a pit under him so far. Sui picking up a penalty. Race director quickly will bring up that Jin has already used a set of mediums this race, so he can go medium softs, and we'll see if he can do it. Mystic now leapfrogs himself back through Texas Beach and takes a little bit of a wonky line through turn 1 and 2 and through 3, 4. But yeah, that was just turn 4. But Tex is not going to try and over battle, knowing that this is not the position to do so. They still need to get to the end to get their points, and then they can worry about taking each other out then. Mystic, Jacko going right off the racetrack there. So Mother Alley, how much older is Mystic than Sui? I just realized with the EPOS sponsor up there, it takes away 6 years. Okay. It takes away from the penalties. I feel like that looks better. And once again, Texas Beach goes through on Mystic. Mystic taking a clean racing line. And now Mystic is going to battle this one back out and does re-overtake. Scavney gets through on Jacko. Jacko slowly but surely falling down the order. Now into 8th. Sui will come into the pit, surely for some softs to end this race on. Right now, Will has 3rd place in his grasp. Jin needs to go another 10 laps on these softs, and I could see him trying to do it. lovely little forward angle view there on Hash getting through Cake Thomas and jumps up into 5th place. Now Hash is going to try and catch Will. He has kind of slowly been able to weave his way through this crowd. He's now almost a full second ahead of Cake, and Cake may be in some trouble here if he can't keep up with Hash, with Cake now sitting in 6th place right now. But when and is Jin going to pit? That is the big question. Jacko does for sure, and that is very well known. But will Jin pit? Or is he going to try and send these softs the rest of this way? Now, the problem here that Text has is he does not know how much ERS Mystic has deployed. Mystic only really deploys it when he needs to overtake Text. Super Ninas and Jacko into the pit. Ninas could have probably gone the rest of the race with that. Doesn't look like he got a wind change, but goes on to the softs nonetheless. Both drivers are going to drop a couple positions, and both drivers come out for fresh tires. Matt Rosie now is just going to come back through on these guys. Now he's going to be under some pressure with these two guys on some fresh softs. Currently sitting in 12th is Matt. Of course, does have potential for a podium and did have that pace today, but found a little bit of discomfort at some point there and dropped all the way back into the midfield. Still looking to pick up some points here. 12th place points are better than 20th place points, a DNF as well. So there's definitely worser options than the one that Matt Rosie is in, but he is in some pressure with Jacko and Super Ninas now hunting him on some fresh softs. Like I said, Hash is just making his way through the field and then some. Guy picks up another position here, up into 4th place. And now he's going to try and look to hunt down Jin. Ooh. Will feeling the pressure there, and it looks like Hash is just in a groove right now. This guy is just dialed in. He's got 7 laps to try and catch Jin, and he doesn't even need to fully overtake Jin because Jin's got a 3-second time penalty, 6 seconds worth of time penalties actually. So right now, Hash is actually sitting in net 3rd place. Will has kind of closed that gap a little bit. He's found his form back, his mojo, if you will. But he just is slowly seeing 3rd place just fall out of his grasp with every turn. Hash is just in some great focus here, and that was a nice little chicane that Will just had there. But Hash just seems to understand this track right now. Mystic Joker now putting on the fastest lap, opens up that gap on Text, and Jacko picking up the penalty, and I didn't catch the other driver. I think it might have been Dace again. Yes, Mystic is looking like a different beast today. Get a lovely little aerial view. Come around that hairpin of turn 7. Texas Speech a 1.5 seconds back. Mystic Joker has now used up that ERS deployment and is now going to try and open up that gap and then some. Texas Speech just on the outside looking in of ERS. And these two have been going at it the whole race, but Mystic Joker has just had that little extra pace advantage this race, and Tex just can't quite reel him in here. Still on lap 36, 6 full laps to go after this one is complete, so still plenty of things can happen. No idea what can take place. Jin maybe just banking on another safety car here. But still going this deep on these softs is quite the feat. And yeah, on lap 26, but with 6 laps is 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. It's tough to count the lap that you're on as an incomplete lap. But yes, now we have 5 full laps to go as we were just under halfway done. Lap 27. Still quite a few drivers yet to get to lap 27. But I said 36? Oh, okay. That makes sense then. My bad. Fair enough, fair enough. Now JC Blackley is trying to catch Murphy here. Now, are these tires yet at the point to make the full difference of the hards being the advantage? Now, JC kind of stuck his tires on the grass a little bit there. That's can be a dangerous move. On lap 28 now. Oh, and JC gets some oversteer and yellow flag in sector 1. That is Ryan Rods. I saw an Aston Martin there and got nervous. Hash is slowly closing that gap, but he does not need to get too crazy to try and overtake Jin. He's had a very quality race. We'll pull up the hardest charger here, and that is Jin to win it. It's a very fine race, this race. Now Ryan Rod's picking up another penalty. Him and Rat Rosie could just not find the form here. Texas Speech has been able to stay in the wake of Mystic this entire time, but it has been difficult. And Mystic is seems to be on another form today. He has really started using up that ERS deployment, and has got that full 3/4 of a second pretty much on the separation from ERS. Texas Speech just has to bring it home here. He needs to make sure that these tires can get over the line. Jin, on the other hand, is I have no idea what those tires are on. Matt Rosie actually catches up to JC Blackley and overtakes him. Matt up into 11th place, gaining some points there. How many points exactly? Well, the difference of 12th to 11th is 4 points. These guys duking it out for those extra 4 points. And we know how close the Constructors' Championship is. So with AlphaTauri so very far back, they need to try and get every point that they can. Muster up every point if they can, if you will. That's a good word, muster up. My grandma uses that one a lot. Yeah, it seems that Texas Speech is kind of chalked this one up. Mystic Joker is on another level. And Cakes closed the gap down to Will Hansen. He's looking for some extra points here. Dace taking fastest lap. And Cake up into 5th place with 2 full laps to go. Matt Rosie did get overtaken by Jacko. He's going to try and get back through. Doesn't have much ERS to help him. Ninas just behind as well. And Ninas is going to try and get through Matt Rosie. Rosie is all the way up, back into 11th. He does have a 3-second time penalty. JC Blackley, the only one here without one. JC actually gets ahead of Jacko, and Jacko drops all the way back into 14th. He's actually got wing damage there. Oh, and bang, drop from the lobby just like that. That hurts. All right, give me a second here. We'll do this one. Hey, there we go. All right. Just finishing up here. And I don't know what's happening. But it looks like that's the final results. Mystic Joker with the win. Texas Speech second. Hash third. Cake fourth. Will fifth. Scavney sixth. Smith seventh. Murphy 8th. Detail 9th. Jenna to win it into the top 10. Matt Rosie in 11th. JC Blackley in 12th. Super Ninas 13th. Jacko 14th. Sui 15th. Day 16th. And Ryan Rods 17th. Do. Mystic Joker with another win. Yeah, there you see again once for the final time. Mystic Joker, Texas Speech, and Hash with a podium kick. Thomas, Will, Ants in the top 5. Scavney, Smith, Murph, Detail, and Jin are in your top 10. Matt Rosie, the first of the worst. In 11th, JC Blackley, 12th. Super Ninas, 13th. Jacko, 14th. Sui, 15th. Dace, 16th. Ryan Rod's the final to get points, and the DNFs go to Impossible, Yolmir, and Helg. The race director, we see Jin did end up having to pit for some softs. I was kind of confused how he was so far back, but yeah, that must have been the reason. And he put out a very quality performance here, and I'd like to hear what he has to say in the race interviews after. And we shall get those ready here. Ba 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 dum bum bum. Ah, it's the restart of the song. No, I was literally just thinking. I was like, you know what? I should have some water. Too bad I'm out of water. And I've got priorities. I need to do the interviews. Oh, I'll get some water later. That's okay. Although water is awesome. Let's be honest here. But we will be getting these drivers in fairly soon. Just waiting for them to join up. And I'm not going to crash all these DC from the broadcast. Okay. Looks like we are ready to get the interviews underway. Hello.
Hello.
Jin's good. Mystic.
Yeah, hello.
And text to speech. Mic check. Quick.
I'm blaming you, Crash, on my puncher.
1 second. No. What, you can have your time in a second. Text to speech.
No.
Mic check.
No.
Text.
What?
Yeah, okay. Mic's
Hello?
working. Okay. Alright, Jin. Get it off your chest.
What?
Get it off your chest.
Gotta get some better internet, Crash.
Dude, it's not my fault.
You're causing me punches right here.
No, I'm a cable guy, okay? I've got plenty good internet.
No, it's my fault. I just gambled trying to take those softs from the safety car. I just didn't want to touch the hard tires.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, that was a really good strategy. What percentage were you at actually?
About 86 on the front right.
Dang.
Well, damn.
And I just gave up. I had to roll the dice.
Yeah, it was.
The only way I was pitting was with a puncture tyre, and good job it punctured on the second to last corner.
Ouch.
Otherwise,
But
I would have done a full lap and I would have been nowhere.
you timed it. So you honestly, if that safety car came in 2 laps later, you probably would have made it then, eh?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, wow. But Hash still had you on penalties, though.
Yeah, he did.
He had a great race. Honestly, after he weaved his way through the field. Yes. But anywho, let me quickly actually properly introduce the interviews here. As you can see up on your screen, we do have Mystic, Joker, Texas Speech, year 1, 2. Hash did come third. Jin had himself a fine race. was up at one point 18 positions, but ended in 10th after what you just heard there, a puncture on the second last turn of the second last lap. And now finds himself getting 10th place points after having a very high quality race. But won't you bring us through how crap that qualifying was, Jin, for you to start 20th?
It's just not playing the game for a solid week. And just playing Imola on I'm racing, and I'm too used to that. So it took me a while to get bedded in, and obviously qualifying showed I was piss poor. Even my soft lap, I carried on, and even invalidated, I carried on, and it was 15.5, so it was still 1.3 seconds off the pole lap. So the pace wasn't there at the start, but it slowly got there towards the end of the race, and by the time I got used to the track, I run out of tyres. So it's one of them.
Yeah, you didn't make it easy on yourself at all. You kind of forced your way through a good majority of the field, and then asked a lot of yourself to try and make those softs last so long.
I did dodge the dice, and because dice spun at Aquamarale, and I'm sure he collected JC and someone else. I went left, and they went right, and they gambled wrong. It seemed. It was just that if I would have went right, that would have been my race over. So it's just luck. I've got a bit of luck there as well.
Fair enough. A little bit of luck back, if you will.
Yeah. 10th place is better than last place. So I'd rather take some 10th place points than 20th place points.
For sure, for sure. As well as hardest charger points, because you did technically put in a qualifying lap that was within the 107 rule, I believe. So, yes, extra points are always nice. But we see Singapore next week. Do you remember your past results in Singapore? As well as what's your confidence level going in? Are you actually going to practice more this time?
Hold on, let's have a look.
Yeah, okay. Last time we were in Singapore, you won it.
Oh, there you go then.
So, alright. So you got to be going in with confidence now.
You jinxed it now.
You're welcome.
I went back to back last year.
Oh.
Singapore and Silverstone. But I'll just jinx myself now, so I've counter-jinxed what you've done to me, so there you go.
No, well, if it makes you feel any better, you're a crappier driver this season than last, so I don't expect much from you.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, man, I think pork chops, wow, in chat. Oh god, no, you're finding some unlucky timing, and it will come back, and you know you're one of the quickest drivers that we have. But anywho, Aston Martin, you guys are doing really well in the Constructors Championship. At one point you were leading after Belgium. I think you'll still be second. or I don't know, but I don't know if you've seen how tight the Constructors Championship is, but
very tight.
Yeah, it's extremely tight. I've never seen it this close. We have 7 of the 10 teams within 110 points of each other. Like, that is bonkers.
And then there's Red Bull.
Yeah, and AlphaTauri. Yeah, the Honda powered cars, if you will. Yeah, they're finding some struggles, but. Do you kind of feel the pressure to finish every race now, knowing that the Constructors' Championship is so tight?
I just feel like it just get points, and we'll find out at the end of the season. I know Mystic and who's the other team
Sui.
behind us? Is it Sui and the Hasses as well? They score consistent. As long as they score consistent points, like that, they'll be it. Because there's no doubt I'm going to throw a few DNFs before the end of the season.
Yeah. Hash and Murph and Selly are consistent as all hell, too.
Yeah. Anyone on their day, all it takes is a double DNF for one of the teams, and that's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
The point swing would be huge.
Fair enough. But anywho, I'll let you be. You have yourself a good 4-hour nap, and best of luck next week in Singapore.
Okay, no worries. I'll see you later, guys. GG's, Mystic. GG's text.
Yeah, GG's, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
See you later, Crash.
See you, dude. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Joker. We make it back-to-back wins here. And I'm going to quickly ask you, because this is actually the title of the stream today, and it came up on the top of my head, and I seem to have some very good ideas on the top of my head, as well as very bad ones, but this one was pretty decent. Is Imola better than Monza?
Man, I want to say yeah, but
Ooh.
it's like on the game, I definitely prefer Imola, but like I'm not in the crowd where like I hate Monza in game, and then real life, I don't know. I think real life, I'd kind of prefer Monza. I feel like, but yeah,
Yeah. I feel like we didn't get the best of what Imola could offer last season either.
yeah, true, true. So
Yeah.
yeah, that one's a tough one, but I think gaming wise, I would for sure go with Imola.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. I was about to say, what do you think, Tex? But yeah. Oh, what about this one? Kubica or Hulkenberg? Who's a better driver?
Hulkenberg.
Oh, why is that?
Really?
Well, right now,
Oh.
Yeah.
if we're talking about,
History.
okay, yeah,
Total.
then yeah,
Pre-crash.
yeah, pre-injury and all that, definitely not Hulkenberg.
Okay, so at their
Definitely not.
prime, you say at their prime, who do you think's better?
Robert.
Kubica?
Yeah.
I mean, did Hulkenberg get a podium?
No, but that's
Like,
that's so
he
harsh.
was- he
That's
was
so harsh to put on him.
nasty.
There's so
He
many
was nasty in
great
the-
players that have never won a championship.
Shaquille O'Neal had more podiums than Hulkenberg.
That's straight off of Formula Dank.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, pre-injury, man, like he was nasty.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
both of them are very solid drivers, but sure go with Robert over Hulkenberg.
Some of the best videos on YouTube are honestly when you watch like an F1 driver take out a random person in just like a sports car. Like I don't know if you've seen Kubica go around the
Yeah, like just going
the
around on the
Nürburgring.
track and whatnot.
Yeah, going around the Nürburgring. Yeah, that was really cool. The guy's just going nuts and just passing everyone. No one's even close to him. Yeah. But yeah.
Damn.
Anywho, well, let's discuss this race. So fourth place for qualifying. I saw you kind of chop the final lap attempt there. I guess it just wasn't your qualifying, hey?
Yeah, that seems to be my struggle around here, man. Last season here, and then like in another league as well that I raced here, I don't know. I just can't hook up a lap when it actually counts. Like I can put up a decent, lap, but that final attempt, I just can never nail it. I don't know what it is, but made up for it with a monster start. So pretty happy with that. But yeah, definitely not happy with quali, but one hell of a lap from Matt and even Tex.
Yeah, I was .02 off of him.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, the top four were very tight. It looked like Matt Rosie put in a really good lap. Ryan Rods actually had him at one point to beat his fastest lap, but I don't know if Matt just had a blistering third sector or if Ryan Rods lost it, but it was very good qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, even the times all at the end, whether people messed up or not, like the times that were actually posted, they were all still very close to each other, so it's good stuff. You love to see it.
Yeah, it just makes for good racing, and it definitely kind of carried over into the race, and it was really unfortunate to see Ryan Rods and Matt Rosie find difficulties in the race because
what even happened to them?
I think.
Well, first of all,
yeah, you go.
So coming into the second chicane, I clipped the back of Yuma stick and I had to correct a spin. And Matt
I almost went into Jacko.
Yeah, and Matt just kind of hit me from behind and then had to correct it twice and got wing damage. So.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that hit. Like I was so close to tapping Jacko when I got bumped from behind. I was like, oh man. But
I almost spun.
Damn.
It was a pretty big tap.
Well, it's a good thing that you didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, man, when I was behind Jacko for the safety car, I was getting severe PTSD from a different league. If he watches this or if he's listening right now, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was a very, very similar situation. But luckily, it turned out all right this time. So, yeah.
Yeah, I bet you guys have had a lot of battles, and I mean, with having so many, it's just bound to have a couple of them go sour.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, that's racing.
Yeah. Isn't that the worst quote ever? It's racing. What can you do? It's like
it is. It's such a
yeah.
corny line, but it's also very true.
I know. It's like, well,
not everything's gonna go, picture perfect.
No, I know. It's like, yeah, whatever. It sucks though. It's such like a yeah, I understand it's freaking racing, but I'm still DNF'd.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anywho, off to Singapore. Now we just kind of brought up that Jin has the win there last year. Pardon the pun of Jin to win. Now, do you think you're gonna get him back this season?
Man, possibly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know if he's on form, like he can definitely like drive really well around there. But as he said, he's been focusing more on iRacing and other stuff. So his form isn't completely there on F1. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. As far as my own personal performance or whatever around Singapore, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I'm not gonna go out and say that I feel like I'm gonna be the fastest around there, but I think it's gonna be another similar situation to here, where like quali, I might not get the best lap, but for sure in the race I can make up for it.
Yeah, well, we'll see what can happen. Isn't Jacko a Singapore beast? He's just a big fan of Singapore. I don't think he's an absolute. I don't think he's a tank there. I know.
Well, that's one way of shutting him down. No, I mean, what was it? I don't think it was last season, but the season before, I think he finished the race like just behind me in second. I'm pretty sure.
I think he honestly, I think he'll admit it as well, but I feel like he's having more struggles with this game than he was last game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a difficult game to adapt to for some. I mean, even before the handling model, before, I know a lot of people were having issues with it. And
oh yeah, before the update.
Yeah, which I personally preferred it when it was the handling model how it was before. But
whoa, you gotta warn when you hit a hot take like that. You gotta send out a warning.
I'm just dropping those bombs, man. That's all it is. Keeping it interesting.
There you go. That's what you do best. But yeah, congratulations on another win, dude. Very well done. Best of luck in Singapore, as well as best of luck in your fight to get yourself back into the championship position. And a win here is really going to make it ever so much closer, but you will have to get past that rascally Ferrari driver of Hash. There it is. And as well as how pesky he can be with getting points every week. So
yeah,
better keep that in the back of your mind.
Definitely a challenge, but just taking it race by race. And yeah, thanks, man. And congrats again to everybody else on the podium, and Tex as well. Good stuff, man. Good race.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you too.
But all right, we'll kick it over to Text for our final interview of the evening. Now, I must have been frustrating as all heck, just being stuck right by Mystic. Now, I had the view of it the whole time, so I could tell that he was he just had a little bit of ERS just saved up and was waiting to use it. Did you at all feel like that was the case, or did you did I don't want to ask this with being a dick, but did you think that you were like right with him the whole step of the way?
I mean, Mystic's Mystic.
Yeah.
He's just a great driver overall in every aspect, really. So I'm sure, like, no matter what stage of the race it is, he'll probably pull away either way. So, I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I wasn't really racing for the win, as I'm in, 19th place in the drivers.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just take the P2, 5 less points. So what? And yeah, just move on to the next week.
Yeah, it's definitely you're more focused on just getting quality points right now than to worry about some sort of drivers' championship or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks with Ferrari being so far out of the battle for constructors. You're more just kind of digging your team out of a hole as well.
Yeah.
Even though you have Cake on your team, and he's a really high quality driver. He's found some tough.
Yeah, we did get a double top 4.
Yeah,
this race.
That's really good. That's really good. That'll bring yourselves back up. But
yeah, definitely.
Maybe with some even better finishes, with it being so tight, leapfrogging a team may not be as hard as you think. So potentially, do you think a top 5 in the constructors is within reach?
I mean, right now, as of Spain, we're like 300 points off. And I mean, considering both drivers, you know how touch and go it is sometimes, I think that's definitely in reach if we just keep up the consistency, for sure.
Yeah, you're 244 points off of Mercedes in 7th, who have an even 1,000, and that's just kind of that tight knit pack. I've never seen it so tight. So, yeah, I think you guys got a shot to get back in the top 5. You guys are probably one of the top 3 overall skilled teams in this division. So, I think you guys got it. If I'm a betting man, which I very much am, I would definitely put some coin on you guys being able to do so.
All right.
Yeah, but you're going to Singapore next week. What's your confidence for road circuits in general?
You know, Singapore's one of my favorite tracks as a driver. I really like the flow of it. Last sector is very tricky when it comes to handling the curbs and stuff. You know, thing with all road circuits is you got to just keep it out of the wall. And I think just keeping up that consistency is going to be a major thing that I need to work on for Singapore.
As some call it, damaged wing simulator.
Yes, that is definitely a word that can be described for street circuits.
You know, one year I was actually thinking, or one season in Monaco, I was thinking of doing a contest for all the damage to guess the exact number of all the damaged wing replacements that will be throughout the entire league. And whoever would get it would probably get some sort of Midwest merch or whatever. But I feel like it'd be quite a tall ask because I need everyone in the league to DM me exactly how many wings they lost.
Yeah, that'd be definitely a handful of DMs.
Yeah. But, you know, maybe it might be worth it. I think it'd be fun for sure, but...
Yeah.
We'll see. Have we already done Monaco this season?
Well, I wouldn't know. I don't think so.
No. Oh, yeah, this is the first season actually in Midwest history that Monaco's not in the schedule. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, so expect it next season. This will be your last... No, you got Saudi Arabia. But here's your next 3 tracks. You got Singapore, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. Now, are those some tracks that you feel like we can see a couple more podiums out of you?
I mean, I would say I'm pretty strong in all 3 of those tracks. I haven't raced at Saudi Arabia at all because the one time that it was on the schedule and I was in D2 last season, I disconnected. And I was lucky not to get relegated into D3. I had that points gap from the previous finishes. So, yeah, definitely don't have much to go off of in terms of Saudi Arabia. But in Bahrain, I think I'm pretty strong there. And obviously, Singapore is one of my favorite tracks.
Awesome.
Like I said.
Well, good to hear, man. Best of luck. Hopefully I'll be talking to you again very soon. I actually won't be with you guys up in Division 1. I think Money Matt might be coming back up. I'm thinking about dropping him down to Division 3, so I guess I forgot to tell those other guys there. But hopefully I'll be talking to you in 2 weeks' time then.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, well, we'll make it a date. Best of luck then.
All right. Appreciate it.
And as well as congratulations on another podium.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I'm just going to boot you out and bring the stream to net if you don't mind.
All right, see you later.
See you, dude. Thank you for coming in again.
Yeah.
Okay. let's bring up one of these bad boys. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the stream once again. Thank you very much. Like I said earlier there, Division 3 to come next week. We'll see this fine list of drivers take their way in Singapore. Hopefully we can see some high quality races and high quality battles down in Division 3 and show you that is not just Division 1 and 2 that has some pace and some grace, but Division 3 as well that can really prove it with their attitude and with a little bit of poem to bring this stream to an end. Hopefully you all have a good night and as well as a good weekend, and hopefully I will be seeing you in streams in the future. YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, be sure to go check those out across all the social medias. Shoot us a follow, interact with us. By all means, we love to see it. So thank you everyone for tuning in once again. Have a good weekend, and as per usual, I've been Crash McQueen. We have been the Midwest F1 League, and a good night.